Everyone, Sergeant Arger right here, and today we just hit 150 subscribers. So yeah, thank you. Thank you to all of you. But yeah, anyways, let's get to our episode. We are on Napoleon defeated. Oh, should be interesting. Aspern, 1809. Okay. I don't even know what Aspern is, but I guess we'll find out.
An Epic History TV History March collaboration, supported by our sponsor, Osprey Publishing.
Oh yeah, Austria is gonna join. Maybe Napoleon is gonna get defeated at Austria. Because in the last episode it said that Austria was like mobilizing or something or getting ready.
In 1809, France, under Napoleon Bonaparte, was the most powerful nation in Europe. But the French Emperor's invasion of Spain and Portugal the previous year had failed to deliver the easy victory he'd expected.
Yeah, and it's just like tied down a bunch of their really good troops.
And with many of Napoleon's best troops and commanders now tied down in Spain, an old enemy prepared to challenge France once more.
Oh my gosh, really? You really think you're gonna win again? I mean, you really think you're gonna win? After you just
Austria
lost?
had been preparing for war with France since her last humiliating defeat at Austerlitz in 1805.
Oh wow. Will it be enough though?
Now, with Napoleon busy in Spain and a British promise of cash subsidies, plus a supporting attack in Northern Europe, it looked like the ideal time to strike. This time, Austria's armies would be led by Archduke Charles, Emperor Francis's younger brother. At 37, he was 2 years younger than Napoleon, but already had 15 years' experience of high command.
Ooh, this should be interesting.
And he was learning from past defeats. He'd begun to reform the Austrian army along French lines, copying Napoleon's corps system, but introducing new infantry tactics.
Wow. Wait, we already saw this. Oh. What the heck?
In the Napoleonic Wars, infantry fought in close order, packed together, standing shoulder to shoulder. But why present such an easy target for the enemy? First,
we already saw this, so we're just gonna skip this. If y'all really want to see this, y'all can just watch my other video. I have a whole video about Napoleon infantry tactics.
Could they fight them off? Their units. And on the left, appeared and Austrian and Prussian Jaeger battalions. Artillery fire. Formation. This was a risky
It should
tactic.
only be like 5 minutes. Where is it? Where is the
Arriving
end?
on the 24th of
here you
July, and smoothly, and could only an experience and to use trained. It could preparing for Spain, warned by his spies that Austria was preparing for war, left Spain and raced back to Paris, arriving on the 24th of January, 1809. The French army in Germany, commanded by Marshal Berthier, would need urgent reinforcement. So Napoleon summoned units from Spain, called up young conscripts, and soldiers from his German allies, the Confederation of the Rhine. La Grande Armée was no longer the finely honed instrument of 1805,
Oh gosh.
but with Napoleon at its head, it was still a formidable force. Archduke Charles ordered diversionary attacks in Poland and northern Italy, but launched his main attack against France's ally, Bavaria, on the 10th of April. It came a week earlier than Napoleon had expected, and caught the French Emperor by surprise. Charles was relying on a rapid advance, but a last-minute change of plans, torrential rain, and a slow-moving baggage train slowed progress to a crawl.
Oh gosh.
Marshal Berthier was a brilliant chief of staff to Napoleon, but an indecisive field commander. His forces were too widely dispersed, and Marshal Davout's Third Corps was was dangerously isolated at
You
Regensburg.
donkey!
Charles
Oh shoot, Charles is right there.
ordered his corps to converge and destroy it. But on the 17th of April, Napoleon arrived at Donauwörth to take over command. He immediately ordered Davout to withdraw from his exposed position. It was too late for him to escape without a fight.
Oh no.
Davout's Third Corps was one of the best in the Grande Armée, and in a fast-moving battle across wooded hills, the heroes of Auerstadt threw back the Austrians. Despite the heroism of General Major Liechtenstein, badly wounded, leading his troops forward. Third Corps escaped.
Look at that flag. That looks awesome. Oops.
Encirclement.
Whoa, I can make my thing smaller. That is actually pretty cool. Anyways.
The Battle of Teugn-Hausen was the start of Napoleon's so-called 4-day campaign. First, he used Marshal Lefebvre's Bavarian 7th Corps and a provisional corps under Marshal Lannes to drive a wedge into the Austrian army. Then he pursued its left wing towards Landshut.
Oh wow, they're
believing
immediately
he was
pushing
following
back.
the main Austrian army. French troops and their German allies stormed the town's bridge to win a hard-fought victory. But Napoleon realized that Archduke Charles was not at Landshut, and that, once again, he'd left Marshal Davout to face the main enemy force. Sending Marshal Bessières in pursuit of the Austrian left wing, Napoleon swung north, falling on the Austrian 4th Corps at Eckmühl.
That does not look good for
The
him.
French and their German allies won their 4th victory in as many days.
Dang.
But Charles's main force was still intact, and hoping to keep it so, he ordered a rapid retreat across the Danube. The French pursued, storming the walled city of Regensburg, which they knew as Ratisbon, with its vital stone bridge. Napoleon put Marshal Lannes in charge of the assault. When the attack faltered, Lannes threatened to lead the next charge in person, and his men, suitably chastised, took the city. During the siege, Napoleon was hit in the foot by a spent bullet, causing widespread alarm, but it proved to be a superficial wound.
Oh, that's good.
Stubborn Austrian resistance had allowed Archduke Charles and his army to escape across the Danube. Napoleon had cut the Austrian army in half,
Dang.
but both sections now retreated in good order towards Vienna.
Wow, now they're just immediately on the defensive now. Great job, Austria. Great job. I bet that little attack worked so well for you. Oh my gosh. That achieved nothing. But what about his diversionary forces? Did they do anything? Yeah, wow. They're immediately retreating all the way towards Vienna. Oh goodness, this looks like a repeat of Austerlitz.
Napoleon led his forces in pursuit, detaching Lefebvre's Bavarian corps.
Oh yeah, but this time they don't have Russia on their side. They're alone. Except Spain and Portugal.
To deal with a popular revolt in Tyrol, and Third Corps and the Württemberg 8th Corps to guard his line of communications. Charles chose not to defend the capital, which surrendered on the 13th of May after a short bombardment.
Oh, wow.
Instead, Charles and the Austrian army lay in wait across the Danube. Napoleon was now down to 80,000 men, facing 110,000 Austrians.
Oh, that is not good for them.
Charles's army had fought bravely and well throughout the campaign, but Napoleon still had a low opinion of Austrian troops and decided to attack.
Oh, come on. Cannon, all men are equal. That's true.
On the night of the 20th of May, French engineers hastily built a series of floating bridges between the river islands of the Danube. And French troops began to cross.
That is an interesting looking river. Look at that.
By noon, Napoleon had most of Massena's 4th Corps and his cavalry across the river, about 24,000 men and 40 guns, holding the villages of Aspern and Essling. Napoleon expected the Austrians to retreat once more, and that he'd only face a rear guard.
Oh no, but that's probably not going to happen.
But reports soon arrived that the entire Austrian army was advancing against him in 5 attack columns, 90,000 men and 300 cannon. The situation got even worse.
Oh my God.
The Austrians began to float heavy barges and obstacles downriver to smash through the flimsy French bridge. Each time, Napoleon's only supply route was cut off for several hours, causing critical delays to the arrival of reinforcements and ammunition.
Oh no.
The battle began around 2:45 p.m.
Well, maybe Napoleon can handle it. He's a pretty good commander, right? Maybe he'll somehow fight them all off. There seems to be like this shift that happened at Spain, where Napoleon's troops just weren't, I don't know, just don't perform as well. Like, you would see this in Prussia and Russia and Austria. They would just smash through their lines and they would defeat them. But now it's like their enemies are learning from them. Or like something has happened.
Infantry of the Austrian 1st Column attacked Aspern. The village was soon under attack from 3 sides.
Jeez!
General Molitor's French garrison clung on desperately, fighting hand-to-hand in the streets, suffering 50% casualties.
Wow.
To support the defenders of Aspern, Napoleon ordered cavalry to charge the Austrian 3rd Column. But they could not break through the Austrian infantry, closed up in their battalion.
Wow, look at that. That is so... They're so neatly packed. Like, how do you get your soldiers to do that?
In mass formation. At 6 p.m., Archduke Charles ordered General Bellegarde's 2nd Column to take Aspern at any cost. Charles himself rode among the front ranks, urging the men forward. In ferocious fighting, the Austrians took the village. Napoleon immediately sent in newly arrived reinforcements to recapture it.
Oh my God, my cat wants to come back in. Ugh.
About the
I don't trust him anymore after what he did in the last video.
same time, the Austrian 4th Column began its attack on the village of Essling, where Marshal Lannes had taken charge of defences while he waited for his own corps to cross the Danube. The first Austrian assault was repulsed. Veteran French cavalry commander General d'Espagne led his cuirassiers in pursuit.
Dang, horses always make like the weirdest faces. Like, look at their little teeth. Wow.
But was hit by grape shot and died of his wounds.
Oh no, that is not good for them.
Around 9 p.m., the Austrian 5th Column finally arrived in position and made its first attack against Essling, which was thrown back by Lannes' troops. As night fell, firing died out across the battlefield, and men got what rest they could among the dead and the wounded.
Oh great, it's an ad. Battle of Aspern. Wait, what did it say at the end? Battle of Aspern. Oh, day 2.
Overnight, 2nd Corps and the Imperial Guard crossed the Danube to reinforce Napoleon's army.
Finally.
Which now numbered 71,000.
Oh gosh, and it was just 80,000.
150 guns. But then...
Wait, how many guns?
71,000 and 150 guns.
Oh.
But then the bridge broke again. leaving Davout's Third Corps still waiting to cross.
Oh goodness.
Nevertheless, Napoleon decided to attack, using Second Corps to break the Austrian center. But first, Aspern would have to be retaken. Heavy fighting broke out in the village before dawn. By 7 a.m., it was back in French hands.
Yeah.
At Essling, fresh Austrian attacks were fought off by General Lassalle's cavalry and units of the Young Guard. With both flanks secure, Napoleon launched his main attack in the center with Lannes' Second Corps.
Good luck.
Austrian guns poured fire into the advancing French ranks. General Saint-Hilaire, leading the attack, a hero of Austerlitz and Jena, had his foot blown off, a wound that proved fatal.
His foot was blown off? Wow.
Archduke Charles sent his Grenadier Reserve forward to strengthen the line. The French infantry, under torrential fire, began to fall back.
No. Oh, wow.
At this critical moment, the French bridge over the Danube was broken again, halting the vital flow of reinforcements and ammunition to Napoleon's army.
Oh my gosh.
By 2 p.m., the French had been driven out of Aspern once more.
Oh, that's
heavy fighting continued in Essling, which was briefly captured by the Austrians, then retaken by the Young Guard.
Come on, Napoleon.
Napoleon knew his army could do no more. At 4 p.m., he ordered his exhausted cavalry to make a last charge to keep the enemy at bay, then gave the order to retreat. Archduke Charles, whose own army had suffered huge losses and was low on ammunition, was content to watch the French withdraw to the island of Lobau. In the final moments of the battle,
Napoleon lost a battle. Like himself, he lost against the Austrians. Wow, that is interesting.
Napoleon's finest commanders and closest friends was hit by a cannonball that smashed both his legs.
Wait, what?
Friends. Marshal Lannes, one of Napoleon's finest commanders and closest friends, was hit by a cannonball that smashed both his legs. He died of his wounds a week later.
Napoleon is going to be very, very angry.
It was a deep blow to the emperor.
Loss for France and for me. Dang.
The 2-day Battle of Aspern-Essling was Napoleon's first major defeat, caused by his overconfidence and hasty planning. Both sides suffered heavy losses, and Napoleon avoided a much greater disaster.
Wow. Wow, the Allies actually got more wounded.
Only because of the exhaustion of the Austrian army. The French emperor had learned new respect for the Austrians. Under Archduke Charles, they had fought bravely, with greater confidence, organization, and leadership. Within days of his defeat, Napoleon had summoned reinforcements to join him on the Danube, and begun planning his revenge. If you'd like to learn more about...
Okay, well that's it. That was really cool. Napoleon actually had a major defeat. And he lost so many, really good commanders. He lost, his best friend, his, one of his best cavalry commanders. I think someone else, too. Tomorrow, we shall see Napoleon's revenge. Ooh. See how somehow he can do something again about it. So yeah. And again, thank you all for 150 subscribers. Thank all of you who have supported me in this channel. Hello everyone, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel. And turn on the notification bell thingy. And if you didn't, then make sure to leave a thumbs down. But yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. And while you're at it, go ahead and watch my other videos. They're probably just as good, and if not better than this one right now. except for my oldest videos. Don't watch those. And, you know, subscribe to these people down here, my fellow sergeants. They're other YouTubers that I either know or I have in high regards. But yeah, even my cat agrees. So, thank you for watching, and have a great day.